Welcome to Corporate Fckery, stories of survival, psychological warfare, and choosing what's best for you. I am Lauren, certified life and success coach, subconscious strategist, and former corporate insider turned truth teller. This isn't just about burnouts and bad bosses. This is about what happens when high-achieving people outgrow the systems that they once believed in and reclaim their power on their own terms. Welcome to episode 1. I am dropping it like it's hot. I just got laid off from a 3-year stint at Microsoft yesterday, and I am using this experience to catapult myself into my next level of evolution. I am so glad you're here. Let's dive in. So we're starting out kind of hot today. You'll see in a second why I felt so compelled to just go for it. And the short of it is, life is too short to sit around and wait for the shit that you truly desire. Because 3 weeks after my dad died, unexpectedly, I got laid off. I wish I could say it was by surprise, but I'd been hearing rumors for weeks that reorgs always happened around this time of year on my team. And I was quietly trying to tamp those little rumors down, thinking, oh, it's not going to be me. I'm essential. I'm too valuable. We just got this big assignment, and I'm going to just keep holding it all together and fingers crossed, hope for the best. Then yesterday morning, it hit. A meeting for my director. The subject line was business impact, please prioritize. The time was 45 minutes from right now. I was standing in my bedroom talking to my husband, and my heart sank. I felt sick to my stomach, and I knew that this was it. As I logged on, I took a deep breath because it wasn't just any day. It was exactly 3 weeks since my dad passed, something I haven't even begun to process, not fully at least, because it happened so fast, so traumatically. And I'd been pushing it down, trying to hold it all together while all the little frayed edges were starting to show through. During the meeting, I reminded my director that I had just been about to request bereavement leave and that I hadn't yet because we were at year-end close and I didn't feel like I could. Let that land for just a hot second. I didn't feel like I could grieve my father because the business needed me to finish things, because I needed to be needed or I needed to be dependable. That's what we do, right? We sacrifice, we perform, we show up when we should be shutting down or getting quiet. We keep the lights on when our soul flickers in the background. And then with no warning, a little compassion, and limited acknowledgement of the sacrifice, I was gone. I heard, we're reallocating business resources. Your position has been eliminated effective today. And just like that, I became a number on a spreadsheet. But here's the part I want you to hear. This story isn't about getting laid off. This story isn't about revenge or talking smack about my former employer. In fact, I took a lot of pride in working for the organization that I did. This story is about getting promoted, because old me would have spiraled. Old me would have let this be proof that I wasn't enough, that I had to work harder, fix something, shrink somewhere, be more appeasing, take on more workload or responsibility. But I'm not that woman anymore. This time, I saw the shit sandwich for what it was. A universal kick in the ass that said, move. And the thing is, I've been preparing. I'm going to cry here, but I'm not. I've been preparing for this moment. Whew! And the thing is, I've been preparing for this moment for the last 5.5 years. Ever since I rage quit my job at Nordstrom, I've been on a journey back to myself. I've studied laws of the universe. I've rewired my relationship with my energy, my identity, my values, but most of all, my power. I became a coach, a neuro-linguistic programming practitioner, which I'll tell you more about in future episodes, a rapid resolution therapy facilitator, a clinical hypnotherapist, but most of all, I became who I'm truly meant to be. Why? Because I learned that the subconscious mind is the one actually running the show. that trauma keeps us looping, and that you can't actually manifest a new life while gaslighting yourself in the old one. And because of that work, I can sit here today, raw but clear, scared but grounded, uncertain but unapologetic, because I know how to turn shit into gold now, and I'm choosing to. So yeah, laid off, but also promoted. Promoted to the next version of myself, promoted to building something with depth, truth, and impact, promoted to finally trusting that I don't need a company to validate my worth. And that brings me to what this podcast is. Corporate Fckery is not a corporate roast. It's not a pity party. It's a reclamation, because corporate fuckery is real. It's what happens when this system praises you for being resilient until your resilience is no longer convenient. It's the gaslighting, the golden handcuffs, the burnout paraded as ambition. It's the soul tax we silently pay to keep playing a game we were never meant to win. And this podcast is a map out for that. It's for the high-achieving people, for the empathetic leaders, for the ones who keep it all together until they just can't anymore. We're going to name the invisible labor. We're going to dismantle performance-based self-worth. We're going to talk grief, identity, nervous system repair, and intuitive leadership. But most of all, we're going to remember who we were before they told us who we had to be. So delicious. I have a little reflection exercise I want to share with you today, which is this. Where have you been high performing through your own pain? Where have you sacrificed your humanity for your image? Where have you ignored your own grief in sacrifice to someone else's deadline? Breathe into that, not with judgment, but with love. Because that part of you, they deserve more. And you don't need to hit rock bottom to choose yourself. And I can say that with 100% certainty. I didn't need to blow all my shit up 5.5 years ago, but I didn't know how to find the path forward that felt like ease in choosing myself because I had never done that before. So let this be your permission slip to start pulling back the layers on how some of this stuff shows up in your own life and career. If this first episode resonated with you, I would love if you could share it with someone who's white knuckling their way through another meeting while their soul is begging for space. In the next episode, we're going to dive into emotional labor in leadership and why being quote unquote the strong one is killing us softly. So subscribe here, follow along, DM me your story. I'll be looking for guests as we go forward. Welcome to the journey of expansion, where corporate fuckery might still run rampant, but you don't have to get lost in it. You're not alone. You're not crazy. You're just waking up, and we're just getting started.